bought some things from Amazon yesterday, and it took me a while because I need to review it. I need to know that this thing works. I need to know that other people found it useful. I need to know that it worked long past the time that it said it would work. So I need to know that it is authentic. It's been tested. It's been tried. And I was listening to Matthew where Jesus was baptized, and even before he was tested, he was approved by God. And the Lord said, "This is my son and I'm well pleased by him." And then it said that he then went into the wilderness to be tested. That was his purpose. That was his purpose for going into the wilderness, to be tested. Now imagine going into the wilderness for 40 days. 40 days, that's a month and 10 days. He wasn't tested until he was hungry. He wasn't tested until he was weak, until there was a moment of weakness. And he passed the test when he resisted the temptation and the advancements of the enemy. It was at that point Jesus' ministry began. And so many people today are starting ministries and there's no review. There is no, I don't know how to test if this is authentic. What type of life are you living? You just got saved and you out here doing a ministry. Who accredited you? You know, that's why it's so important to have discernment in this time and age, because everybody has a ministry. Everybody out here on YouTube, so many voices out here, and we don't know which voice spent time in the wilderness, which voice. Because honestly, if you have not had a time of testing and you're out here telling people what to do, that's really dangerous. You think you're better than Jesus. If Jesus could take on such a low position to go through a time of testing as God, he is God, and even he denied himself for the sake of the kingdom. And you can't do that. I can't listen to you, which means I need discernment. Scripture reads on that after Jesus resisted the devil, it said that the devil left until an opportune time. Hear me on this. There was never another opportunity for him to come back to Jesus in the flesh. You'll never read that. However, you read other opportune times when he came to Peter, or even with Judas. The thing is, he hasn't stopped looking for an opportune time. He hasn't stopped. And when Jesus left, he said, "Greater works shall you do when I leave, because I am in you." Which means with Jesus in me, I have to go through periods of wilderness and isolation in order for my flesh to be less, so that the God in me can direct, my life course, because the enemy is constantly seeking an opportune time with us. Wrap up with this because I can go on and miss out on quality time with my dog. Before you decide you want to build ministry and you want to lead people where you think that they should go, what type of authentication stamp is on your life that qualifies you to do this work? And I know you can't say, "Oh, God chose the disciples and they didn't do blah blah blah," but remember, greater is he who is in you. When Jesus left, the disciples dispersed and ministry broke out. So they acknowledged the God in them after having the God with them. So now that you have the God in you, what is your life proving to be true about Jesus?